Hey guys, King of Charmanders here, and today I bring to you the best Chameleos Armor guide, the new poison meta. So this video analyzes the armor of the next Elder Dragon of Season 5. Chameleos Armor brings an interesting new skill known as Chameleos Venomous. And this armor is essential for the strongest poison builds. So poison is finally getting an update. At an odd time, it's spring, so we're poisoning spring. Shouldn't it be like nice outside? No, you're going to see a cloud of poison and venom, and it's going to take you and my potions coming soon. But what do you need in order to forge this Chameleos armor? Well, here's the forge stats and the cost. So they start at grade 6, as with all Elder Dragon armor, with the base defense of 100. And here's what you need for the forge requirements. You need 4 Chameleos hide, which are rarity 3. I actually said 1 in the weapons video, so y'all can roast me on the comments about that. So yes, it's rarity 3. 2 Chameleos tails, which are rarity 5. 2 Elder Dragon bloods, which are rarity 4. 1 armor refining parts, which are rarity free. And you need rarity free. No, it's not free. You need rarity 3 and you need 3,000 zenny. It's totally not free. However, you're gonna wish it was free, because here's the Chameleos armor grade 8 cost. So upgrading any piece of Chameleos skill to grade 8 will take a lot of materials, but you need to do this to unlock some drift slots and some skills of the Chameleos armor, which is very important. Unfortunately, as with all Elder Dragons again, Chameleos also has a unique rarity 6 material, the Chameleos horn, and you need 3 of them. So for every piece, assuming you want 3 pieces of gear, or if you want to get all 5 pieces to grade 8, you're gonna need 15 horns, and that's a lot. Moving on, the content you've been waiting for. Of course, we're always gonna start with a head, and to get ahead, we're going to start with Chameleos Venomous level 1. So you get this on Forge, and it halves poison/venom status duration, and makes it significantly easier to build a poison status on a monster. So you get poisoned less, and you build up stuff really well, especially at level 3. But that's the only time I'm gonna say this one, so yeah. Next, you have Poison Exploit level 1, which damage against monsters inflicted with poison increases by 30%, as well as Status Sneak Attack level 1 at grade 8, which increases the chances of inflicting status ailment by 7% when attacking a monster from behind. The Drift Saw is unlocked at grade 8, and this is definitely one of the best in-slot pieces of gear you need for any poison build. That is nuts. You get the status sneak attack that builds up with your weapon, because if you're using the weapon, Chameleos weapon, it gives you level 2. So this plus gives you level 3, and with poison exploit gives you extra damage. So definitely a must for any poison exploit build. And it is... you need 3 of them to get the max for Venomous. So this is definitely one of the pieces, especially if you're a melee user. Moving on, look at that body. And what that body is, it's Chameleos Mail. And here's the analysis, equipment, skills, and its effects. I already said I'm not going to go over Venomous. If you want to, read it right here. But what I will read is Focus level 1, which upgrades to level 2 at grade 8. Which shortens the charging time of charge attacks by 10%. It increases the fill rate of the longsword, charge blade, and switch axe gauge by 10%. With the drift smell slot is unlocked at grade 8. Now, as a meta slave, I'm going to call myself that because, you know, people hate me being a whale and whatnot. Your drift smell slot is unlocked at grade 8, but it's the best in-slot piece for bow users. So as a meta slave in the game and going after the latest and greatest technology and gear, you need focus in order to make the most out of your super weapons, which are the bow. And this is tailor-made for bow users. Like, don't even think twice. Use this. In order to get Chameleos Venomous level 3, this is definitely one of the pieces you're going to have, especially, again, if you're a bow user and you're going to build the bow like me. Moving on, we're going to catch these hands, as in the Chameleos hands. Well, does it have hands? No, it's got legs, right? And wings. Anyways, here we got the Chameleos Vambraces. Unfortunately, they're not that great, but we're going to go over them anyways. And we already went over Venomous, so I'm not going to go over that again. Well, what I'll go over is Valor level 1. You get level 2 at grade 8, which increases attack power by 550 and fills the special gauge by 60% whenever a monster roars. And its drift slot is unlocked at grade 8. Something had to be bad, and this is the worst piece of gear in this set. It can be used against certain monsters. I kind of hate it because this really just floods up MHN.quest because it goes by average, but it totally ignores conditions and yeah. If a monster roars a lot, okay, cool. But even then, if you kill said monster before you even have a chance to roar, this is absolutely useless. And it's going to be useless against most scenarios. So, here we go. You definitely don't need this. If you're a Valor user build and you're trying to poison something, why were you going to wait for it to roar when you're trying to kill it and poison it? Especially since poison lowers its HP. You're not going to have much use for that attack power, especially since poison does overtime damage based on a monster's HP. So, goal is to poison with this set. And what better way to poison by looking at the waist, you know what I mean? Well, that's, you know, that if you're a dude, that gets you backhanded. If you're the Chameleos, you want to backhand the behind because you want that extra horn. So, wait, no, hold on. You have to break the head, not the tail, right? I haven't even looked at the chart yet for this thing. Anyways, speaking of charts, we have something that's actually really good. Chameleos Venomous, went over that, not going over it again. But you get Poison Exploit level 1, which upgrades to level 2 at grade 8. And damage against monsters inflicted by poison, with poison, increases by 45%. With the Drift Smell slot being unlocked at grade 8. This is best in slot for any Chameleos Venomous build. Poison Exploit level 2 is nuts. This is incredibly useful. You definitely need it. If you had a gold Rothian weapon build, this would definitely be in the slot. So yes, totally worth going after. Totally worth using. If anything, this is one of the first, or if you're thinking of 3, this is definitely in those 3 when you max out Chameleos Venomous to level 3. And last but not least, of course, we have them beautiful legs. Not really. Actually, no, this actually looks pretty cool. I'd rock that layered armor, but we're speaking of the Chameleos Greaves. And Chameleos Venomous. We're not going to speak of that again, but we will speak of the Offensive Guard at level 1, which increases attack power by 10% for 10 seconds after executing a well-timed guard. Upgrading to grade 8 will get you guard level 1 as well, which very slightly reduces damage and knockback when guarding against monsters' attacks, with the Drift Smell slot being unlocked at grade 8. Now this is best for weapons that utilize guard. Of course, most of those are melee and the heavy bowgun. So if you do utilize offensive guard and guard, then this is a piece for you. Although I don't know why you'd be guarding a lot, because you want to poison it as soon as possible and then smack it into oblivion with whatever weapon you have. Lantis don't really have a choice to get the power guard, so this still has some use. So this is not the worst piece in this set. It actually has some use and can be useful again in some builds. And this brings us to the Chameleos Armor overall analysis. Most of these armor pieces are definitely worth looking into. The only piece that's kind of meh is the, the fan braces, yeah, because Valor, I'm not a big fan of Valor because it messed up MHN.Quest is optimal, but at the same time, again, it's just way too conditional. It's not that I don't like conditional skills, it's just if you have to wait for a certain action, I'm not gonna wait for you to die. It's like the Power Rangers. You ever wonder, in some episodes they do attack them while they're morphing. I don't understand why every bad guy doesn't just smack them in the face before they power up. It's like every single anime or episode, yeah. And we're not going to wait for Chameleos to power up. As soon as that thing goes invincible, no, you're going to die, because that's what we want to happen. Overall, this set can do massive amounts of damage with poison. Like we mentioned, we want to kill stuff. Well, we're going to poison things. And with this armor, you're going to be able to poison things really, really quickly. And you're going to be able to pack it on with Poison Exploit to do a ton of damage. Also, that layered armor is absolutely amazing. This would have been very, very, very good for Halloween. In fact, everybody was predicting, hey, Chameleos Halloween. It never happened. Instead, we're getting into the spring. So, it's time to wilt the flowers and kill this poison dragon thingy for the upcoming event and the events in the future. Hopefully, this video helps you decide what to build for the Chameleos set. It's totally worth it. We've been waiting for a poison buff for a very long time. And for those poison super enthusiasts like me, where I wanted a poison super weapon like the bow, it's finally coming. So it's time for me to get back on the grind, because this is going to be the very best poison set for a very long time. So definitely get everything you need. Again, Chameleos is definitely going to be goated as far as poison goes for a while, unless some mechanic changes. And they decide to be like, alright, you know what? It's time to knock Chameleos off the totem pole. Here's the new poison meta. But this will be the poison meta. But again, I foresee it for a very long time. Unless you got to go down the line. You know, you got poison, next we got paralysis, etc. Unless they just spew the order. But hopefully y'all are excited. Please do me a huge favor as usual. Like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. I wish you the best of luck for those Rarity 6 drops. If you've been there, you've been there before. If this is your first time because you really want grade 10.5 Chameleos, it's going to take a grind, but that grind is totally worth it, and you will be absolutely amazing for group hunts if you decide to use this build. Again, good luck on your drops, good luck on your grinds. Hopefully y'all had a blessed and powerful spring hunt event, and I will see y'all on the next video.